Hello, my name is David J. Sachar. I am the Executive Director of a Judicial Conduct Commission in the United States, and I also consult, speak, and publish on the rule of law and judicial ethics. I am a male ally in the struggle for gender equality, and I've contributed to the UN and other international organizations and national judiciaries on that subject.
Hi, my name is Sadina Montani. I am a partner with Crowell, an international law firm, and my practice focuses on employment law issues. I'm also the immediate past president of the Women's Bar Association of the District of Columbia. And congratulations to African women on board for what we are sure will be a successful and compelling event. All those who have partnered with African women on board and all those in attendance, thank you. Your partnership and your presence is a show of force and proof positive that addressing violence against women in the legal workplace is an important issue.
And happy Thanksgiving. Here in the States, of course, we set aside this week to particularly reflect on our thankfulness. And we are thankful to be here and to be a part of this with you today. This is an important initiative, and I know I can speak for Sadina in saying that we're thankful that we were included. And we are both travelers and certainly would much rather have been with you in person. And we pray that in the future we'll be able to do so. But for now, we'll just have to meet virtually.
As I mentioned, this event and these partnerships and your attendance, these all demonstrate the importance of this issue. And as we have seen in the United States, since the Me Too movement really took off in the fall of 2017, the importance of speaking up and having these often challenging and uncomfortable conversations cannot be understated. These discussions are impactful. I'll share with you that in the fall of 2017, one of my clients had happened to recently hire one of the early, very successful men who was identified at the beginning of the Me Too movement in the States, and whose career-long effort and history of taking advantage of the power imbalance that he enjoyed and that he used against women in the workplace who admired him and who needed him for career development. Those actions were finally publicly being aired. And I sensed during that early investigation that there really had been a seismic shift in the level of openness and eagerness to have these important discussions. These issues, unfortunately, continue to permeate workplaces in the United States. And it is both sad to know that we need these discussions globally, not just in the United States, but at the same time, it's very gratifying to be part of this dialogue with all of you.
And in my role as a Judicial Conduct Commission director, I was involved in some cases that sanctioned and even removed judges from office for things such as sexual extortion, inappropriate relationships, bullying, and other ethical misconduct. So most judges do their jobs with honor. However, the judicial role is a very powerful one. It's a powerful one to society, but it's also very powerful to people in the legal profession. So we learned a lot from those cases, and it made me acutely aware of the workplace safety problems that are suffered, particularly by women. And it's not an American problem. It's not an African problem. It is certainly a global problem that we've talked about. In fact, I met Sadina because we were both invited to speak on a panel on this very issue, legal community Me Too issues, and we spoke at the United States Capitol about 2 or 3 years ago. So taking on judges for bullying and misconduct is not easy. Certainly it requires a different type of effort than it does for just going to trial. I was a prosecutor previously. That was much easier. And in my 15 years being here, we've removed over 24 judges from office and banned them from the bench. But those cases were obviously major and took a lot of effort. I think one of the things we really needed, and it helped us thrive, was the support of the legal community. And I believe that you have that as well, from law schools to lawyers to the government to private practice. You have to have the legal community being involved and supporting in your oversight.
As an employment lawyer in private practice, issues of sexual harassment and violence in the workplace are unfortunately a significant part of my practice, including for a number of law firm clients. I would certainly love for that part of my practice to dry up. I would love to work myself out of business, but unfortunately, I suspect that I won't for some time. But at the same time, having these conversations is buoying as we're thinking about the progress that actually is being made.
And it's very timely. I think we need to take advantage of the capital that we have right now. This subject is one that people expect people to talk about, but we need to make changes, not just talk about them while we have the opportunity. It's not surprising to see, Sadina and I involved in this type of initiative. For myself, I think I can bring best practices for producing rules and changes for judicial oversight, or even for the legal community as well. I'm a trainer and a speaker, much like Sadina, and quite frankly, training is going to be a key part of what you're trying to do. And it's going to have to be training that really works for lawyers and keeps them engaged. And thirdly, I'm a male ally, and you've got to have men that are willing to help out, but also not be silent, not just support, but bring in other men and help from that point of view. I think that's another thing that I hopefully can add to the initiative.
I would just add that the importance of male allies is really critical. If women alone could fix the issues of sexual violence and harassment in the workplace, I'm pretty sure we would have done so quite some time ago. And so it is so critical to have male allies willing to speak up and willing to be part of, again, these really challenging conversations. So we'll close by sharing why we think this project is so critical. First, this really is a global challenge, and it really is an opportunity to speak about these issues globally, as opposed to in the silos of thinking about them in our own professions and our own communities alone.
And I think it's important for African lawyers and the legal profession to be the standard. The community is going to look at you to see if the rule of law matters to legal professionals. Does it matter to judges? Does it matter to prosecutors? Does it matter to people in private practice of law? And I believe that the heart and soul of a free democracy is its judiciary and the legal profession that surrounds it. The other branches might be the muscle and the bone, but the heart of what we are is that we keep our promises to our people and that we support the rule of law. And this is an initiative that I believe can help increase that and benefit Nigerians for decades to come.
Speaking broadly, to close out, the future of work, the strength of businesses, and the judicial process that we ask everyone to trust must be shaped by gender inclusion and diversity. Thank you so much for having us as part of this project.
Thank you very much. And again, enjoy the rest of this great event, and we will see you when we can.